People were lined up for hours to get their hands on last-minute treasures at BC's largest antique mall. My co-anchor, Brittany Greenslade, was there to find out why.
BC's largest antique mall is being forced to close its doors after significant rent increases made it impossible for the business to continue running. The closure has left many people worried about the future of antique businesses, including the mall's owner, Tim Garrett.
Cloverdale was taglined the antique capital of BC. What was always unique about Cloverdale is you could drive down the street and go into one of their complexes and find an antique and collectible store. The identity has always been the antique business, and that's disappearing. And it's like having your leg removed or your arm removed. I can't imagine getting up in the morning and not being able to do this.
The closure has not only affected Garrett's livelihood, but has also affected the livelihood of many vendors.
Anyway, it's a hobby, and we would have liked to have kept selling because we enjoy it. But we've had to cease buying stock anymore because of this. And we now sell out what we've got, and there's a lot of response from the public who have come through the last few weeks. Very, very upset that there's nowhere to go now.
Although Cloverdale's identity is in transformation, Garrett hopes that the future of antique businesses will still remain.
I have to believe that there's going to be somewhere that businesses like this can continue on because it's so important to people.
With the sudden closure of the antique mall, there are now very few places that people can find a real treasure in the Lower Mainland. Brittany Greenslade in Cloverdale for BCIT Magazine.
We've all heard of the 100-mile diet, but what about shopping close to home? That's what one New Westminister woman is doing, and for an entire year. My co-anchor Martinez tells us about one woman's local shopping experiment.
Green pepper, onion.
It's not the items on the shopping list that are important, but rather where Sheila Keenan chooses to buy them. For 1 year, Sheila has vowed to only shop where she lives, New Westminster.
If you have thriving local businesses, you have a thriving community.
Blogging about her shopping experiment is only natural for a freelance writer. She hopes her story will change people's perception of her neighborhood.
Some people have a very extreme reaction of, oh my gosh, that's going to be impossible. How are you ever going to do that? And really, I mean, I never thought it was really that big a deal.
Since starting her resolution 4 months ago, Sheila has saved both time and money.
Thanks. I'm just thinking a lot more about what I buy, why I buy things, how much unnecessary shopping I used to do.
She says 30 years ago, people used to come to New West for the shopping, but now it's just the opposite. And that perception is hurting local independent businesses.
And a place like mine, which is kind of a destination store, I need out-of-town people, I need people who are driving by from all the different areas of the Lower Mainland. But first and foremost for a small business, yeah, you need the local people to support you.
And as the area gets beautified, new businesses open up.
And in 3 years, I've gone from, seeing Columbia Street still being fairly sketchy looking to seeing Young Moon pushing baby buggies down the street. That's huge.
Change, a permanent one, is what Sheila is also hoping for in her own shopping habits and in those of her community. Martinez in New Westminster for BCIT Magazine. A local bass player and clothing designer has created a special t-shirt line to raise money for suicide prevention among gay youth. But as my co-anchor Brittany Greenslade found out, the t-shirts are more about raising awareness than raising money.
Matthew Gendron does not just spend hours practicing for his band's next gig or event. He also spends time creating the next big design for his clothing line called Grandview Apparel. His newest design is all about love.
So this is the One Love shirt that I'm donating partial proceeds and matching for the whole month of February to the Trevor Project.
The t-shirt was created to raise money and awareness about suicide prevention among gay youth.
Well, coming out of high school, it just seemed like something that was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of like passé to talk about being gay, or like kids didn't want to come out and it wasn't something that kids were comfortable with. And after all the suicides at the end of last year, it seemed like something that needed drawn attention to.
And Matthew's best friend says that the t-shirts have already generated a lot of attention, but hopes more people will join the movement.
People that don't know about it, they say, that's a really cool shirt design. Where'd you get that? I'm like, well, and then I go into detail, and then they understand fully. It's cool. And it's really like a movement, and I think more people should join this movement. I think everyone in the entire planet should join this movement.
Although the t-shirt sales have been going well, Matthew hopes his personal project is more about conversation than money.
It's more so about creating conversation, as just getting people talking and like changing old traditional ways of thinking.
For all of February, Matthew's One Love t-shirt sales will be donated to a gay youth prevention program called the Trevor Project. Corinne Grierson in Maple Ridge for BCIT Magazine.
A new workout craze is taking over the Lower Mainland, but as Brittany Greenslade found out, it's one guy by the name of Bob that seems to be taking all the hits.
3, 2, 1, here we go. Here's what
30-minute hit is a new workout craze hitting the Lower Mainland. The women-only boxing circuit opened its newest location in Burnaby just 2 months ago and caters to busy women trying to get fit.
We are all really busy women, regardless if we're mothers or we're workers. We just have really, really busy lives.
By sticking to a 30-minute timeline, it eliminates the excuse of having no time to work out.
For me, standing on a treadmill and working out with a bunch of guys is just not my ideal thing. I love coming here, all these girls, whatever, it's 30 minutes, it's like you don't have an excuse.
And then, of course, there's Bob.
Bob is the last station in the circuit, and so he takes the brunt of what anybody's got left. And usually, I think secretly people save just a little bit extra for Bob. Well, he's got a face, he's got a mean-looking scowl, he's got a nose that's already flat, so they figured, well, you know, let's give it to him. Yeah, Bob sees harsh days every day. Every day I see Bob almost get his head torn clean off, and every day I sort of look at Bob and I think, thanks for being there, buddy, because if you weren't, it'd probably be me.
And Bob is there every day to take the hits. Brittany Greenslade in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
After working off all those calories, you'll be ready for something sweet. And with Valentine's Day right around the corner, Casey Snow got a taste of some chocolate treats.
On Valentine's Day, traditionally handcrafted chocolates will make anyone smile. Chocolatier Rachel Sawatsky prides herself in being able to predict what people will select.
I've gotten a little bit good at that game and trying to predict what will be the thing that someone will really be drawn to, but it's never the same. Like, you can't say, oh, he's a 45-year-old male, therefore he's gonna like the chili pepper chocolate the best. Like, there's just no telling, because sometimes it's like the least expected thing.
Sawatsky's passion for chocolate combines her love for science and art.
It's beautiful, it looks good, it tastes good, it smells good, and it makes people happy. That's a really good reason for chocolate. Is there champagne?
With 24 flavors to choose from, it will have your Valentine's heart pounding for chocolate. Casey Snow in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
If you have any questions or comments regarding this program, please visit us online at bcitbroadcastnews.ca or bcit-broadcast.com.
That's it for us this week. I'm Monica Martinez with Corinne Grierson. Thanks for watching.
And now we leave you with an aerial view of BC Place Stadium.